The all-new multi-purpose skills hub is supporting young people seeking opportunities to build their dream businesses, gain decent wealth, and transform their lives. The skills hub offers incredible services for next level. These services include enterprise services where we support you to start, grow and sustain their businesses, incubation and acceleration services, cover priority access to greater life, mentoring and coaching, as well as business advisory services. The all-new multi-purpose skills hub is supporting young people seeking opportunities to build their dream businesses, gain decent. The all-new multi-purpose skills hub is supporting young people seeking opportunities to build their dream businesses, gain decent work, and transform their lives. The skills hub offers incredible services for next to nothing. These services include youth enterprise services where we support you to start, grow, and sustain their businesses. Our incubation and acceleration services come with priority access to curated library, mentoring and coaching, as well as business advisory services at the Skills Hub. Youth employment services, preparing youth for the world of work, and innovative supportive services and facilities providing events and meeting spaces with customizable seating capacity of 5 to 65. Co-working spaces for young entrepreneurs who may not have office space to operate. High-speed internet cafe, a copy center, and others. Special packages for the most sought after entrepreneurship skills, employability skills, digital skills, life skills, and financial literacy for individuals and organizations. The Skills Hub is open to every young person who wants to land their dream jobs or contracts. It's time to take charge of your future. Now visit the Skills Hub at Toyota Building at American House Traffic Lights on the Laobao-Leishi Road, East Lagos. The all-new multi-purpose skills hub is supporting young people seeking opportunities to build their dream businesses, gain decent work, and transform their lives. The Skills Hub offers incredible services for next to nothing. These services include youth enterprise services where we support you to start, grow, and sustain their businesses. Our incubation and acceleration services come with priority access to curated library, mentoring and coaching, as well as business advisory services at the Skills Hub. Youth employment services, preparing youth for the world of work, and innovative supportive services and facilities providing events and meeting spaces with customizable seating capacity of 5 to 65. Co-working spaces for young entrepreneurs who may not have office space to operate. high-speed internet cafe, a copy center and others, special packages for the most sought after, entrepreneurship skills, employability skills, digital skills, life skills and financial literacy for individuals and organizations. The Skills Hub is open to every young person who wants to land their dream jobs or contracts. It's time to take charge of your future. Now visit the Skills Hub at Toyota Building at American House Traffic Lights on the Labaleshe Road, East Lagos. The all-new multi-purpose Skills Hub is supporting young people seeking opportunities to build their dream businesses, gain decent work and transform their lives. The Skills Hub offers incredible services for next to nothing. These services include Youth Enterprise Services, where we support you to start, grow and sustain their businesses. Our incubation and acceleration services come with priority access to curated library, mentoring and coaching, as well as business advisory services at the Skills Hub. Youth Employment Services, preparing youth for the world of work, and innovative supportive services and facilities providing events and meeting spaces with customizable seating capacity of 5 to 65, co-working spaces for young entrepreneurs who may not have office space to operate, high-speed internet cafe, a copy center and others, special packages for the most sought after, entrepreneurship skills, employability skills, digital skills, life skills and financial literacy for individuals and organizations. The Skills Hub is open to every young person who wants to land their dream jobs or contracts. It's time to take charge of your future. Now visit the Skills Hub at Toyota Build American House Traffic Lights on the Lab.
Hi, my name is Judith and I'm a film student from Germany. I spent the past 2 months here in Ghana and a friend introduced me to Skills Hub by Utah. And I have to say I really enjoyed working here. They have like a great, quiet co-working space, very stable and good internet connection. And there's even super good food options here if you want to have lunch. So I definitely recommend coming here to work if you're coming home and you need a quiet place to just focus and
Hi, my name is Kara Akwete, a freelance chartered accountant with Facts and Figures accountant. At a formative stage of our business, a friend of mine recommended Skills Hub by Utah to us, and I walked in here and I was well received, very great customer service, and I was very impressed with the facilities here. I would recommend Skills Hub by Utah to you. They are located at number 195 Baoleshi Road, East Legon, Accra. Skills Hub. Aspire, innovate, transform.
Hello. Okay, good evening and welcome to the Skills Hub Chat edition 2.0. And for those of you who have joined us via the Facebook, we welcome you all. Can I see by hands those joining us for the first time? Oh, okay, so we have some new babies in the house. Please, let's give it up for them. Okay, so because of time, we will be kind of rushing through. I'm sure those of you who are old to the Skills Hub chat, you are wondering what is this 2.0 all about. I'm going to call Prosper, the Skills Hub manager, to give us an introduction, a brief one, about why edition 2.0. Please, with a round of applause, let's welcome him. Prosper.
Hello? Okay, the energy is too much. E for energy. Thank you very much, Constance. I'm really excited that we are moving into the second phase, Skills Hub Chat Edition 2.0. So the whole idea came up because we realized that there is a need for us to transition into a new era, an era where people will take full charge of their own path, looking into the digital terrain, acquiring skills that will help them leapfrog into a new sector altogether. So the whole idea is for us to equip young people with digital skills and also help them create that supportive ecosystem for them. So this whole conversation will be centered on having a speaker every month. And the whole idea is for us to have time with the speaker, get to ask them questions. How did you do it? Did you start with 1 grain of rice, or you started with ABC? You know, we really want to bond with them. So the digital conversation we are having now is to get people involved, get them acquire the skills they need, and to be able to find the right jobs that they need. So this is a new era, Skills Hub Chat Edition 2.0, and we are happy to have you all in. Thank you very much for coming, and we hope that you will enjoy the session. Thank you.
Thank you, Prosper. So this is a new era, and if, as I said earlier, if today is your first time, you might wonder what YOTA is all about, or you don't have that question on your mind. Okay, so let us watch a TVC which summarizes what YOTA does. Media team, please.
The all-new multi-purpose Skills Hub is supporting young people seeking opportunities to build their dream businesses, gain decent work, and transform their lives. The Skills Hub offers incredible services for next to nothing. These services include Youth Enterprise Services, where we support you to start, grow, and sustain their businesses. Our incubation and acceleration services come with priority access to curated library, mentoring and coaching, as well as business advisory services at the Skills Hub. Youth employment services, preparing youth for the world of work, and innovative supportive services and facilities providing events and meeting spaces with customizable seating capacity of 5 to 65, co-working spaces for young entrepreneurs who may not have office space to operate, high-speed internet cafe, a copy center, and others, special packages for the most sought-after entrepreneurship skills, employability skills, digital skills, life skills, and financial literacy for individuals and organizations. The Skills Hub is open to every young person who wants to land their dream jobs or contracts. It's time to take charge of your future. Now visit the Skills Hub at YOTA Building at American House.
Right now. Okay, put on your data. Are we done? Yeah. Please go on IG. I know all of us have Instagram. Yeah. Search for Skills Hub by YOTA. Skills Hub by YOTA. The first person to do that will get something. Yeah. Are we there? Yeah. Please follow Skills Up by Utah and turn on your notification button. Done. Let's clap for him. He was the first to finish. Okay, now let's go to Facebook. Facebook, fast. Facebook. Are we there? Yeah. I know some of you are not doing it. Should I come around? Yes. Okay, so Facebook, follow us. Go on LinkedIn, follow us. Go on Twitter, follow us. We are everywhere. And please put your comments, your questions, and everything through, and we are going to read that for you. So right now, we are about to start with the actual program. I'm going to call Prosper back to introduce the speaker and the moderator. So please. He likes fans, so clap for him anytime I call him. Okay.
Did you just say that? Okay. All right. So, guys, we won't keep long here. It's going to be a straightforward conversation. So this evening we'll be having no other person that someone you already know, you might have seen on the post. Let me read a bit about him. So he will be our guest. We have Mr. Christian Boakye Yiadom. He's a businessman, an entrepreneur, and the founder of the CEQA Foods and Beverages Ghana Limited, the operators of Pizza Man chicken chain of restaurants in Accra and Kumasi. This young man really inspires me. For the past couple of weeks, I've been thinking, how did he do it? He's a graduate of Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. Where the KNUST graduate? With a bachelor's degree in actuarial science. He also has a certain diploma degrees in food and beverage management from the Boakye University, and then also has a data analysis diploma from the University of Colorado in the US. Mr. Boakye is passionate about young people, seeing them utilize the skills they have to solve problems. And then as a former TA at the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, he mentors, he still does that. He also teaches, supports young people to be more entrepreneurial and become the best version of themselves. So today, he's actually doing that for all of us. We ask him all the hard questions. So when it's time for Q&A, this side of the room is for you to walk up and ask all the questions. So with a resounding round of applause, let's welcome to the stage Mr. Christian Boakye Yiadom. Keep clapping, keep clapping, keep clapping. So, Mr. Yiadom has a very special time with us. He needs to be somewhere right after our conversation. So, please, let's enjoy the conversation. We were supposed to have our moderator. Once she joins, we'll get on. But for now, I'll sit in for the moderator. So, let's see what my colleague has for us, and I will be back shortly. All right, so I'm going up, then we'll have a conversation. Are you guys ready? Yes. Are you ready? Yes. Okay. Hello? Okay, Christian, how are you, my brother?
I'm good.
Okay, so this evening we want to actually delve into a very interesting conversation. I know you're expecting Akosua. She would have grilled you.
I was also expecting her.
I know. She should be here very shortly. Okay, so we want you to tell us a little bit about you, or much deeper about you. Who is Mr. Christian Boakye Yiadom?
Looking at the introduction.
We really want to know more about you. Growing up,
Also,
your
Christian
experiences and
Boakye,
things like that.
Christian Boakye Yiadom. Part of my life started in Kumasi and Accra. Oh, Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So part of my life started in Kumasi and in Accra. Had my senior high school education in Kumasi. First in Kumasi, and then once into student politics, and after a very terrible loss, I gave up on politics and decided to focus on entrepreneurship. I've had so many businesses failed, and the one that got successful and has brought me here is with the food business. So getting to food, I mean, I learned a lot of lessons, and I'm still learning. And yeah, basically, I mean, that's it.
Okay, so we really want to get into growing up.
Okay.
I mean, for most Ghanaians or young people that you are seeing here today, they've probably had a very difficult time growing up. How was your childhood?
My childhood, I was living in a box. If I say I was living in a box, I had a lot of restrictions, even to the extent that I wasn't even allowed to watch TV. So as it stands now, I have TV, but I barely put it on. For the past 3 months, I've not even used my TV. That is how growing up was. I was always in the box, so it was like a formula. I wake up early, go to school, study hard, come home, eat, do your homework, and as you are doing your homework, there's another teacher there giving you extra classes. When you're done with the extra classes, go and sleep. You have to wake up early morning and go to school. That was my life until class 6. I decided to play football. I remember I got home one Friday evening, and I was dirty. And the way my mom beat me. So I gave up on football. I decided to play trumpet in JHS1. I was not given the permission to. So I stopped the trumpet, and it was just books. SHS, first year, it was books. But then, in high school, you meet stubborn friends, and they influence you. So I fell a victim of both positive and negative influence. So I started using the wall, leaving school without exit. I mean, I got into the midst of, so bad friends. But then I was this kind of friend who would just mess with you and still go to study. So it was still studies throughout. And I had a bit of entertainment with me. I used to rap in school.
Seriously?
Yes.
Okay, someone said freestyle.
Oh, I bet.
Please, just do it.
As they come,
just do a line.
I left my rap.
Okay, just do a line.
You let's finish. I'll give you
just
a line.
Just do a line.
I beg you.
Okay.
So yes, a bit of entertainment, and then it was basically books. So I'll be that. I think during our time, I was the first science student to be entertainment prefect. Yes, I'll go to stage and rap, and from entertainment, I'll go back to the classroom, and I'll still first in my class.
Whoa.
Yes.
I think he deserves a clap.
Yeah. And then from SHS to uni, my initial dream was to be a medical doctor. Okay, so that dream, I think the society that I found myself in made me feel that I have to be a medical doctor because I'm academically good.
Right.
And it's quite sad that we have a lot of young ones coming up who are equally good, and they are forced to be doctors. Probably that shouldn't be their field.
Right.
I fell a victim to that. So I remember in 2013, after Osei, I was supposed to go to uni. I didn't get admission into medical school. I got admission into statistics, and I was so down because I felt, the only way out was to be a medical doctor. That is what the people around me made me felt like.
Right.
Even my teachers in high school. Chris, the way you are good, you have to do medicine, you have to do human biology. After school, there will be a job waiting for you. It's a scam. So I stayed home in 2013 because I didn't get medical school. I was so eager to get admission to medical school until somewhere December in 2013, I just had a change of mind. Well, any course I read because I was just tired of staying home. I could see my mates posting back from lectures, and I was like, yo, what? I'm just wasting time. So I was like, well, I'll just do actuarial science because, well, I'm good in mathematics and I know I can solve all the hard calculus problems.
Exactly.
So I actually selected actuarial science because I know maths.
You were scoring all the A's.
Exactly.
Right.
So I went to actuarial science first year. It was still, because I had grown up learning all the time, I was still living in that box. So in uni, I started going to the gym. So from class, I go to the gym. From gym, I go to the library. That was my life cycle. Until third year, that's when I actually saw life in a different way. I engaged, second year, I did student politics. So I contested for department president in second year, and I won. So now I had a different duty aside me learning and going to the gym. I had to be more social during the campaign. I had to meet people. I had to, be out there.
Right.
So that gave me a little exposure. And in third year, I decided to run for SRC president in KNUST. And that one, you have to walk from hall to hall, room to room, class to class. You have to attend programs even when you're not invited.
Exactly.
You have to wear a white shirt. I mean, that has been the dress code. White shirt, red tie, fold the arms. And you have to be everywhere. So, I mean, during that time, I learned a lot about human relations, making friends and on making friends, learning to be tolerant because I had this bad temper.
Right.
I still have it, but now it's under suppression. I mean, so through those moments, I realized, there's something more to just learning. Learning, being academia, being all academically inclined. So I decided to switch a little bit because during the campaign time, we spent a lot of money. I think from that time to date, I've not seen any rich campaign like mine. I'm telling you, if you have people in KNUST, ask them about Chris B campaign in 2017. I did my own water, customized water. That is the extent I went with Brandon.
Exactly.
That is the extent I went with Brandon.
Exactly.
Oh, I have witnesses here. I came with one lady, Kekeli. She will attest to that fact. During my time, I was changing my pull-ups like almost every 2 months in different suits. You see that kind of campaign?
Exactly.
I used to organize tutorials even before I became a TA. So part of my campaign, I was teaching people, the books.
Exactly.
So I was teaching those in the social sciences, statistics. I realized that was one difficult subject for them, so I was organizing tutorials for those in the social sciences, and after the tutorial, I will end up buying item 13 for them.
Was it really intentional? Was this part of the game to win?
Yes, I just wanted to win, and I realized that, in fact, I wouldn't say only KNUST. I don't want to be political,
right?
But blacks, when we see good leaders, we don't see them. They want leaders they can control. Student politics, I'm being honest with you. When you see someone who is always quiet and timid, we vote for him. He's humble. But when you see somebody who is outspoken and can tell you when you are going wrong, he's arrogant, you won't vote for him. That's how you are. And I faced the same thing.
And you lost.
I lost. Oh yes. In fact, when I lost, everybody was surprised. But how?
With all the
campaign, and then you meet somebody, and the person will tell you that, I knew you would win, so I didn't even go to vote. When I got to the polling station, I felt the other guy was losing, so I felt pity for him, so I voted for the boy. Those were the information I had. And some of them were true. Because how the campaign seemed like everything indicated that I'm going to win. And I lost. Wow. So when I lost, I left campus. I went to, find a different hostel around, the areas around KNUST, Kote, thereabouts. I didn't like the fact somebody was saying, like, Chris, so you lost the election. That feeling was, so unbearable. So I just left And that's when the whole business thing started.
Okay. So I actually want someone to get on this seat with you on the business side of things.
Okay.
I know you like food, and I want her to discover that. Can we actually welcome Akosua Osei on to take it out?
Hello. Can you explain why you are late?
I'll do that.
Now.
Yes, I will.
They want to know.
I will.
Okay.
Good evening, everyone. I had to communicate with Constance in between that. I mean, by 5 I should be here, and I think I got here a little minutes past 5. So I apologize
for not accepting that.
So maybe I would have to render an apology to you, Chris, later. Maybe I have to order for boxes of pizza and
That's not enough. All right, let's continue.
Okay, all right. So, good evening once again. And first off, I'd want to thank you, Ta, for the opportunity to moderate this conversation. I mean, I wouldn't say I'd been admiring Chris from afar, but I'd been thinking about how he's been able to put up, 2 major brands in Ghana that is all over. I mean, when you look at Pizza Man, when you look at Chicken Man, you think that it's a foreign brand. So you deep down, you realize that it's a Ghanaian-owned brand, and I think he deserves an applause for that. Okay, so to the question. I mean, when I go in, Chris was talking about the fact that he started off on campus with politics. I mean, he could go as far as doing branded, water, and I was like, hey, you had money, pound. because I think it's not easy trying to, run politics on campus. You should have Jara before you be able to do that. So I would want us to tell us, what is entrepreneurial branding? It looks like you started way back, even before business.
The way she asked the question, I just feel like I'm in an exam hall. Entrepreneurial branding. Let's discuss, if you ask the question in some way.
Sure.
Entrepreneurial branding. Entrepreneur.
So maybe let me break it down. So as an entrepreneur or a businessman, how should you brand yourself?
How should you brand yourself? Now this answer will be subjective, because we all have different opinions about how branding should be like. But then let's talk about branding. Making your customers recognize you in a particular way. That's in simple terms, okay? Making your customers, your clients, to see you in a particular way. So, entrepreneurial branding. As an entrepreneur, you are dealing with clients. How do you want them to see you? Should they see you as accessible? Should they see you as expensive? Should they see you as authentic? Should they see you as the one-stop shop for all solutions? Should they see you as, should you be known for speed? Should you be known for timeliness? So branding, entrepreneurial branding, depending on what you are doing, from my understanding,
from your perspective,
depending on what you are doing, how do you want to be known? How do you want to be known? Basically, that's how I understand it. So during my campaign, I wanted to be seen as that guy who wouldn't come and spend students' money, because before he's even coming into power, he's doing things. And that's one thing that they didn't like. They wanted you to appear poor. Then they'll say you are humble, and they'll vote for you. So that approach I used for my business, my campaign some years back failed. So I had to readjust. And then the people I actually supported to run campaigns after my elections, they won. Because we had to appear and appeal to their conscience, to act poor, to act like we are lonely, we have no one. Oh yes, at At a point, we're even praying for students. Then they will say you are God-fearing, and they vote for you. Oh yes. So in business, how do you want to be known? MTN will say everywhere you go. They want to prove the fact that they are accessible. They can be found everywhere. Somebody, Vodafone too is saying that no charges if you do mobile money. They want to let you know that they are affordable. MTN is not preaching no charge because they are taking charges. If you buy credit, we finish. So they are not preaching affordability, they are preaching accessibility. Vodafone is also preaching affordability, but Vodafone knows everywhere you go because they know that at some places their network is bad. So branding, how you want to be seen by customers, you preach that to them. Basically, that's it.
So to that, does your personal brand have a reflection on your business? Because I think when you look at MTN, you look at Tigo, if you don't go deep down memory lane, you wouldn't know the founders.
Yes.
So would you want to speak on how your personal brand as the entrepreneur has, a reflection on your business?
I'm talking about my personal brand and the business. They are two different things altogether. Today I'm looking nice. I'm in a kaftan and a slipper. To me, I'm looking nice. But, as an entrepreneur, okay, let me put it this way. As a startup, if you are growing a business, there are some businesses that your personal brand has a direct influence on the business you are doing. And there are some businesses that your personal brand needs to be treated separately from the business. Sometimes. You see, when you talk about personal branding, most people think about how you appear at all times on your social media page, the kind of content you post there, the kind of people you even meet, or the kind of people that you know, in a way, forms majority of your personal brand as an entrepreneur. However, there are some jobs or there are some businesses that if you start as an entrepreneur, you have to close your mind on personal branding. I'm being realistic here, else that business will never grow. If you are focused on personal branding more than branding the business itself, you make a mistake. Because there are times that me here, all the people I work with, they know me. Today I'm being gentle. I'm not gentle at all. When it comes to business, I'm a crazy boy. There are times you can see me cleaning the floor at the restaurant. I won't say because I'm the CEO, I'm not going to clean. Personal branding, you are mad. Yes, you are. What are you there for? To work or to build your brand? There are some business, that's why I said there are some businesses you have to. But there are some other businesses you have to look clean all the time because how neat you are also attract customers. But me, for example, I can look dirty and be elsewhere working, whilst the restaurant will be looking neat all times and accommodating customers. So your personal branding has an influence on your business for some businesses. And for other businesses, no, it doesn't. But then when the business grows to a certain point, let's say in the next 2-3 years, Pizza Man is all over Ghana, all over West Africa, and even East Africa, South, whatever. There will be a time where they will have to interview the CEO, or I'll have to put up a certain look to look like a CEO. For that one, I don't have an option. I have to. Because the business has survived for years and has gotten to that stage where even if I decide to wear new clothes every day, it won't affect the business. For that one, yes. But for now, as startups, as we are here, please don't lose focus. I'm begging you. If you have to look dirty to make sure the work goes on, look dirty. Forget about personal branding. When you get money, all your past is erased. I'm telling you.
All right, thank you so much, Chris. Okay, so I think Chris has touched on the second question, which has to do with his personal experience. Hello? Okay, thank you. All right, so we are moving to the next question, which says that what are some of the efforts you would advise young entrepreneurs to put into achieving success?
Efforts?
Yes.
Don't rest. Don't rest. Hard work doesn't kill. Keep learning. See, people are more interested in the CEO title than the job itself. People are more interested in the CEO title than doing the actual job. So they are more focused on, I don't even have a business card. I don't feel proud saying it. I don't have a business card. But I've seen little business that can kick like this. And the founders or the CEOs or whatever, the mini CEOs have business cards. So when they see you, take my card. It's like, you are not serious. Yes. So keep working. Even the rich, those who have reached, they are working. And see, there's no shortcut to success. I mean, people say there's no shortcuts. It is true. It is true. Any success that has been achieved without hard work is not sustainable. But true success is sustainable. So, I mean, that's what I'll tell them. Yeah.
I think with what Chris shared, I mean, you can see it from his life, because I've had to meet Kingsley some time back, but I didn't know Chris was like the brain behind Pizza Man till when I got the invitation. And it speaks volumes, because I mean, he's not branding himself as a CEO because his focus is the vision of his business. And I think that's what we have to learn as young entrepreneurs, that what is your focus for your business? Is it a title as a CEO, or you want to actually drive a cause to make impact? Okay, so thank you, Chris, on that. So to our lovely audience, there will be a time for question and answers. So you can be noting down your questions so that you don't forget. All right, so moving on to the next question. In your sector, what are the most common mistakes you find people in branding themselves and their business to stand out?
The common mistakes?
Yes, in your sector.
Okay. So, before Pizza Man, Chicken Man came into existence, okay, I realized that most of the people in the food industry, I'm not talking about the foreign ones, the local ones, they were a bit reluctant on investing into packaging. They were a bit reluctant into investing into packaging, because I realized that they were comfortable with the polythene bags. They just brand the polythene bag and they use it to sell. They were comfortable with plastics. Plastics is good, but it's bad. We all know, biodegradable. Even as I text you, we're even having a challenge. We've had delayed shipments and we have even resorted to plastics, but that's not what we are known for. After we came and they realized that we are using more of the branded packaging materials, they decided to switch, because they realized that, see, sometimes people buy from us not because the food is so nice, they just love the packaging. I've had instances where one woman came to the East Legon branch to buy food, and we told her we are out of chicken bucket, and she was like, she begs us, even if you have to take one from the bin, we should put it in the bucket, because her child will not eat the food if it's not in the bucket. Because the child knows how Chicken Man looks like. So see, as young as that kid is, we've created a long-lasting impression in his brain that when he sees that bucket, he knows it's Chicken Man. So the woman had to literally beg us for us to find bucket for her. We told her to wait. She waited. We took bucket from a different branch to serve that rice in the bucket for her to take to the house. Yes. Yes, that is the extent that our packaging has even taken us to. So one big mistake that I realized, they were not so much into the packaging. They felt if the food is nice, it's good. But one major mistake was packaging. Two, they were not investing into advertisement. I wouldn't say this to boast, but then all the local food joints in Ghana, we are the ones who invest heavily into advertisement. You can check our social media pages. Yeah. Last month, we signed all the social media influencers we have on Snapchat in Accra. If you know them, you know what I'm talking about. Wow. Some of them are charging as much as 10,000 cedis a month. Yes. But then we believe that, I mean, one of the way out there is to invest in advertisement. So these are some of the mistakes I've realized personally that they were not doing. Yeah.
Do you think this mistake is as a result of budget?
No.
Say lack of resources?
No.
Because, I mean, not every business will be in the position to pay 10,000 cedis for an influencer. Do you think it has to do with budget or something?
I wasn't paying 10,000 in 2020, but I was still advertising. Okay. So limited funds shouldn't be the reason why you shouldn't invest into advertisement. There are other types of marketing that will give you a similar result, but then has a different approach. When you get time, you can go and read on. It's a guerrilla marketing. GUERRILLA. You can write it down. When you get time, go and read on it. You will achieve similar results and invest less. Yes. So limited funds shouldn't be the reason why you shouldn't invest into advertisements. Yeah.
Okay, so I always, when I'm moderating conversations, for the benefits of our audience, I like to drill quite deep into conversation, just so that, I mean, we have a lot of young entrepreneurs here. We have a lot of people, they are now starting out with limited resources. Some are still in school trying to create businesses and all that. Could you share some measures you put in place to advertise, to make you build your brand right from the ground? Because I know definitely you guys have your success stories online.
Yes.
Where, your beginning wasn't rosy.
Yes.
We saw how you started. Tough. Exactly. That's how your story is amazing. So if you could share some of the things you took notice of, some of the things you implemented, with regards to this question, so that someone here could probably learn. Yeah.
Make friends. Intentionally make friends. Look for the loud ones and be their friend. Give them samples. Let them eat. Visit them. Make friends. That's the way out. Because after school, my WhatsApp status viewers were over 1,000.
Wow.
Because I did campaign, I was taking their numbers and texted them, "Good morning, how are you?" I have the name, but if I see you in person, I don't know it's you. Make friends. That is one. 2, go to places intentionally. Intentional about some of your actions, because you don't have the money to pay them. But there's a way you can get them to do what you want for you and still spend less. So, yes, and then build your network. Somebody, program like this, the person won't come. You are there, you are doing business. There are times where you have to leave that business and come for that program, because the next person sitting beside you might be your client. You might never know. But then, coming for such events, you meet people. Even if you talk about what you do and you don't meet a client there, you've told the person what you do. Someday, somehow, somebody will be needing what you do. And the person will be like, "Oh, I know somebody who does this." They'll connect you. So create networks. Create intentional networks and make friends. Good ones, of course. And then the ones that people think they are bad, be their friend. They have something good in them. Use the good side of the bad ones. Yeah. All right.
Thank you so much, Chris.
Welcome.
So, please, can we give it up for Chris? So he says, make friends, network. You being here is the right decision. You can meet someone. Don't discriminate, because if he was discriminating his contacts, he might probably not have quite a number of customers, but he was looking at everybody. So somebody by you could be the next CEO of that big company you don't know of. So make sure you take a number before you leave here. So to our final question, before we take our questions from our audience, could you give recommendations and general thoughts on best practices that would set the audience apart from their peers after this experience? So usually people come for a lot of networking, events. They come for events where they get to learn a thing or two about entrepreneurship. But what are some recommendations or best thoughts would you share to our audience that after this event, someone is going to start a company and say that, "Oh, I came for Yota's event and I met Chris, and on the panel Chris said this or that." Okay. Speak to that.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much for this
You're
question.
welcome.
And if you have pen and paper, you can write something down, okay? These are some of the common mistakes that most startups do. First one, you focus more on the product than focusing on the market. Thinking that when the product is good, you get market. Well, it used to work in the early days, but not now. So before you start any business, do some market verification. I mean, check your market before you even decide to do anything. Secondly, make sure the solution you are providing, entrepreneurs provide solutions to problems. Make sure that solution is very essential and not a nice to have product. There's a difference between an essential product and a nice to have product. Apple did laptops before AirPods. Do you need an AirPod when you don't have a laptop? Laptop is an essential. AirPod is a nice to have. I don't have AirPods, I'm still living. Without a laptop, I might not be able to work. So make sure your solutions are mostly essential, not a nice to have. Because when my money is reducing, I wouldn't buy a nice to have product, I'll look at an essential product. Number 3, don't think that you don't have a competitor. Oh, this idea, dear me, I get. Nobody get them. If it's an invention, it might be that you are the only one who has that idea. But the truth is, just as you've done it, somebody somewhere can copy you. I can see Pizza Max and Chicken Max at North Kaneshi. I know of Pizza Express and Chicken Express at Sunyane. I will see Pizza Boy and Chicken Boy soon. Don't ever think that you have no competitor. You have a competitor. There can be direct competitors, indirect competitors. Direct ones are those who are going to do something similar than what you are doing. Indirect ones are those who can live without using what you have brought into the world. Direct ones are producing something similar as yours. Indirect ones, they can live without your solution. In a way, they are still competitors because they are giving you less markets. Number 4, I've mentioned 3, right? Number 4, don't ever think you can do marketing. You can't do marketing with a limited budget. You can. That's why I said go and read on guerrilla marketing. It will give you insight on how to, sell yourself to other people without you spending so much. And lastly, if you should get someone to support you financially, you have to prioritize your spending, okay? Why would a startup like you, before you got whoever to support you, you had no car. You got financial support, thinking about a car, forgetting about the business. Something is wrong with you. You have lost focus. Because you have to focus on building the business first. And all the other things will come. Because the definition of a startup, there are so many people who have given definitions on startup, but the one that, to me, I prefer is a temporary organization that is in search of a scalable, repeatable, and profitable business model. A temporary organization that is looking for scalable, repeatable, and profitable business model. So if whatever idea you have, whatever thing you are doing is not scalable, it's a problem. If it can't be duplicated, there's a problem. And if it's not profitable, then why are you doing it in the first place? So that is my small
so
tips
Chris,
for, yeah.
Before you conclude,
Yeah.
could you explain to our audience what scalable means?
Scalable, something that you can, expand and grow it. I mean, about growth. Yes. Yeah.
Is every business scalable?
The converse of the statement is false.
Because these are nuggets they are taking away, so I just wanted to sit well with them.
Is every business scalable? No.
Okay.
Mostly the inventions, the high technological inventions have limitations on how scalable they could be.
Okay.
Yes. But then are all scalable businesses profitable?
That's another question.
We're asking ourselves. I'm asking you.
We are in business for profits,
No,
right?
for a business to be scalable, not every business is scalable. But you see, the ones that are not scalable are not really providing an essential Solution. That's how I see it.
Okay.
Because for every business to provide an essential solution, you are dealing with human beings. Human beings are everywhere. So you should be able to duplicate it to reach people. Do you understand me?
Yeah, it makes sense.
People need fuel. Without fuel, you can't move your car. So the one who thought of bringing fuel can reach every person who has a car by setting up fueling stations in regions, scaling up the business.
Right.
But let's say somebody invents, what should I even use? A software that is mostly used by IT people in the different regions, people who go to space. Now you did this Legon, what is space here then? You don't need a rocket here.
Exactly.
So some of the businesses are limited in a way when it comes to scalability. Yeah. But then as we are all here, we are in Ghana. Please, we are a developing country. You can't be in Ghana and thinking about going to space. Let's solve our basic problems first.
Right.
Look at providing essential needs, essential solutions to people. Before you can think like Elon Musk. Okay? Because you don't even have the funds to go to NASA.
All right. Thank you so much, Chris. I believe we've learned from this. I don't see it as I see it as a conversation. So at this point, if there are questions from our audience, Chris will be happy to answer them. So if you have a question, please kindly move forward and ask your question. If there are, practical experiences you'd also want to share, maybe you're in the food industry already, or you want to start a business in that regard, I think this is the, opportune time for you, because you might not meet Chris again, because you can see he's a busy guy. You have to move. He's even saying he has to move.
At what point do I, the Pocket CEO, accept that I'm a Pocket CEO, come to you, the big one, and come and learn what we call apprenticeship? Because I'm a CEO, but I'm working for somebody whom I believe in the person's idea, but I also have my idea. But at this juncture, I say to myself, I need something from that person. I need to go and learn something from that person. A lot of people think, or they say, like the way you are dodging some people during the election, they feel that you have failed as a person. So I want to ask, is it good to go that target, or you just stay with your own thing and be doing it?
Ask if it's good to seek for counseling from other CEOs.
No. I'm doing my own thing. I'm okay. At my own level. Then I see that you are doing chicken man. And I say, no, there's one or two things I need to go and learn from you. Then I leave mine, then I come work with you just to learn those things throughout the ropes. But I consider it as part of apprenticeship for myself. But I still earn some good money. That's cool.
So wait, will you go back to what you are doing, or you just... Okay, but you are learning from me and then you are still doing what you're doing. Do it. Do it. So the first question... what was the first question, sir? I forget.
So he's saying that he's
university graduates.
Yeah.
It's true. In fact, 99% true. 99% true. I see. Sometimes you just spell out basic instructions. Do ABC. And you'll be surprised that. So let's assume you are not part of the 99%. You are the 1% who can do the things that are instructed to do. You give ABC instruction, and they'll give you AB plus CD. Then Then you ask them why, and they will give you reasons, and they would want to justify the reason why they couldn't do A, B, C, but do A plus B plus C. It's sad. And that is why there's a need for organizations to, be doing frequent trainings for the people they work with. There are some of them you don't even expect you to be trained before you can do them. But it's not their fault. My brother, please, which school did you attend? Okay. But you and I know that the educational system you have in Ghana has question marks. Lecturer will just give handouts to students for them to chew and come and pour during exams time. And you want them to be ready for the job market? No. So those of you here, in fact, you've taken some steps ahead of your mates. At least you've come to listen to something that is not taught in the classroom. So that problem is there, it's everywhere. And secondly, if you have to leave what you are doing to learn, after you learn what you're learning, you have to go back and do what you're doing. You have to chase what you believe in. Okay, nothing stops you from doing that.
Okay, so we have someone. Please kindly move forward if you want to ask a question, so that when the
Please, I'm called Bosco. And please, I want to ask you one question. As you were speaking, you said we should sleep less, and also that's why we can make it. I witnessed one thing about you one day, for you yourself opening one of your branch, and I came in to give something to one person. I think one of the data network that they are working up for you at one of your branch. But when I came in, the man said something. He said, "Man, as I can see, you've not bathed." And you said to the man, "I've not slept over some days." And what comes over you that you put up that zeal? Is it because the company is yours, or you are the CEO, or if you left it for the people over there, they will not open up for that place early, or they will not do it well like the way you need it? That's what I want to know about you.
But you let them ask.
So before we would want to wrap up the questions, first.
So my name is Emmanuel Adodo. So I stand to be corrected. If you started the business whilst you were in school, if so, how were you combining it with your academics? The business and then the academics. How were you combining it all together?
So thank you so much, Chris, for this opportunity, and thank you so much, Akosua, for this opportunity. So I'm basically not here for a question, but then I wanted to thank Chris for opening another branch. Okay, so you still can't hear me. Okay, so I wanted you to sign our SRC president, Majesty, as your brand ambassador for that school, since he has the numbers.
Yes, sir.
Actually signing him up for a brand ambassador deal, I think it would be a nice idea.
Yes, sir. Thank you so
much. I can call him to come to that.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
That what he's saying falls under buzz marketing, BUZZ. You can read on it, okay? All right.
Good evening. Thank you for the opportunity. My name is Kweku Spencer. My question is in two folds, but I'll run very fast. So I'm very, very glad for meeting you. I also have this intention of starting a poultry farm. So since you deal with chicken, I think we can collaborate. So my first question has to do, since we are talking about branding, I want to talk about advertisement. And you did say that it is very, very good for us to start, advertise when starting the business. But I want to ask first, when should you really start going out there, projecting yourself? Is it when you really know that the business is really set and you can move forward, or immediately you start? And two, how much should you invest into your advertisement? You did mention that 2020 you weren't investing 10,000 Ghana cedis, but I want to know, as a startup, how much did you start, so that I can also go, because maybe ending of this year or next year I'll start collaborating with you.
So my name is Bright, and my question basically is relating to the issue with Mawako, the issue Mawako had the last time. Since we are talking about food and branding, I want to ask about brand reputation. So I want to know from your perspective, in the unlikely event that you face such a situation, how are you able to or sustain the brand without losing customers? Because you realize that the issue with Mawako was, people were on the rampage, So I want to find out from you, in the likely event that you have such a situation at hand, how are you able to maintain the brand Pizza Man?
So I pray that I don't fall in that situation. Okay, so we'll do things right, not to fall into such situations. I don't know how they are going to, sustain whatever that they are doing. But then, if you know the outcome of certain decisions or certain actions, just advise yourself, don't take them. Okay. And moreover, I don't want to be talking about other people's brand, so let me just leave it here. The other gentleman's question, how much you need to invest into advertisement as a startup? That one depends on you. It depends on the kind of startup you are doing. There are some startups that you don't even have to advertise. It will sell by itself. But even with that, you still have to Coca-Cola self doing advertisement. But then, depending on your strength, how much you have to spend. So there's no fixed amount on how much you need to spend on advertisement as a startup. Just that you have to spend wisely, use your head, okay? The other question was with respect to, the other lady was asking me how I'm combining. It's hard. I'll tell you the truth, it's hard. But it depends on what you want in life. Is it that A4 sheet? Or you want something extra? I'm saying that A4 sheet because at the end it's A4 sheet. But it's hard, the texture is hard. It's harder than the A4 sheet, but the A4 size. Okay? A lot of people have these degrees. People have masters and PhDs, and they still can't find their feet. So if you are fortunate to have a business idea, learning is good. It's good. It's good to learn. But life goes beyond books. Okay, so please, you will suffer. One will go down. It's obvious. One will suffer. But then make sure you don't collapse both. You can't give equal attention to both, because you will love one more than the other when you start. That's when you realize that you love books more than business, or you love business more than books. When you start, you find out. And when you find out, follow your heart. Follow your love, okay? And the other question, you were asking if is it because I'm the CEO, because it's my business, that is why I'm working so hard? Hello?
Yes, that's what he asked.
When I was running for SSP, I was doing campaign room to room, door to door. Is the school my school? I wanted results. I always want to win. So if I want to win, it doesn't matter. Even if I was employed in a different institution, I was given a task that, my friend, you are in charge of ABC. Once I know I'm in charge of ABC, I tell you, no way, I'll win. So it's not about whether it's my business or not. No. It's an attitude I have developed that I want to win. And even if I lose, I'll come back and win. Yes, accepting defeat for me, no. I'm very, very strong when it comes to that. So I don't easily accept defeat. It's about me winning. That was it. So it doesn't matter. You just win. Don't give excuses, win. So if I had slept, I don't know the branch that you came. Where's the guy? Which branch was that? Which branch did you come around? Which place is that? Yeah, come on. East Legon Hills. Okay, so let me give you a brief history. Before you even came to meet me that night, I was the one holding the water hose, pouring the water on the floor, making sure I clean all dust, because we have to open the next morning. I won't go and be like, oh, I'm going to sleep. I'll wake up early and come in. What if I sleep and I wake up at 10? Do you understand? What if I sleep and I wake up and I'm coming, there's traffic? Or what if anything can happen. So once you are in the space, excuses exist, but then you decide the type of excuse you select. So just do it. You do it. You rest when you are done. Okay? You are an entrepreneur here. You have a contract. You have to finish in 4 days. On the third day, you know this job. You need 2 more days to finish, but you have just 1 day. And you go and sleep, and you wake up and be like, oh, Charlie, the thing there, I'll do. Why? If I'm your client, I'm telling you. So when I came here, some of you were late. I was so angry. Because the program is at 4:30. When did I come here? Before 4. Me, I come before 4. You understand me? And you are coming for the program, you are late. You want to win. And then if you don't win, you'll be blaming some witch. No witch do you. You know they do your body. It's your mindset. Do you understand me? It's 4:30. The only time a Ghanaian will not miss flight when he's going to America. That one, they go to the airport 3 hours before time. But at the event, I come and listen to something that, will add up to the things you know. You are late. It's bad. Change. We are done.
All right, so thanks so much, Chris.
You're welcome.
There's something urgent you have to attend to, but you being here tells of your tenacity and your forcefulness. So much for that. So there's a last question. Maybe you.
Thank you, Chris. My name is Gideon. Good to know that you're from KNUST, because I'm also an alumnus of KNUST. I'm just imagining that you may have about, in excess of 100 employees, or let's say 50 employees. How do you keep them motivated to keep getting you the results that you need?
How do I keep motivating my people?
Yes. Employees.
Wow. I keep motivating them by working hard myself. Yes. If you're a cleaner and you come and see me clean, will you sit down? If you're a chef and you see me in the kitchen cooking, will you stand outside? So I motivate them by working hard myself. That's the only motivational language that you don't pay money. It's cost effective. You work hard, they see you working, and they can't give excuses. They also work. That's it.
All right. Thank you so much. All right. So thank you so much, Chris. There's a lot I've learned personally. If there's anything you shouldn't forget, is his forcefulness, because you can see it through everything he shared. And so we are very thankful to have you here. And another side note is Chris decided to sponsor pizza for everybody here. So you should thank you. So I should thank you for that, but I'm happy to have, moderated this conversation, and thank you so much, Chris. All right. Okay, so please don't leave yet. Chris will be leaving, but don't.
Hi, my name is Kera Akwete, a freelance chartered accountant with facts and figures accountant. At a formative stage of our business, a friend of mine recommended Skills Hub by Yiadom to us, and I walk in here and I was well received, very great customer service, and I was very impressed with the facilities here. I will recommend Skills Hub by Yiadom to you. They are located at number 195 Baoleshi Road, East Legon, Accra. Skills Hub. Aspire, innovate, transform.